Hey guys, thanks for coming back. Today I'm working on altered playing cards, and I thought I would bring you along, maybe just do like a little craft along. So this is what they started out like, just plain, really old, kind of dingy looking playing cards. And this is what they turned out to be. So I left the color, like the suit, you know, the numbers on this side, but you could cover this side and leave this side if you have like a fancy one. Like here I have these Florida ones, so then I would just cover this side. But for these ones, I left the numbers on, and then we can do whatever. So I made quite a few of them, and I thought quickly I would show you how I made it, and then we would decorate these ones. So once they're made, this is what they dry like. And I use Mod Podge, so they kind of bend a little bit, but all you have to do is kind of, you know, bend them back a little bit. You could even stick them under like a really heavy book and hold them down so that they stay, you know, kind of flat or whatever. And then I just overlap stuff and let it hang out, and then I trim it off. So a lot of people will sand the cards down. I don't, and I don't seem to have a problem with it. Like there's a couple little spots that are coming up just barely, but all I do is I just add a little bit of like art glitter glue or something, or, you know, I'll go over it with like the glue stick, and it's fine because we're going to add all kinds of other stuff to it anyways. So all I do is I cut the edges off, and I don't even worry about rounding the corners, because if you have a corner rounder, it's super easy just to do your corners that way, and then you don't have to worry about messing around with the little itty bitty corners. If you don't have a corner rounder, then, you know, go ahead and round your corners while you're cutting. So this is all I do. It doesn't have to be perfect on the side either. And then I just take the corner rounder, align my corners up, and boom. That's it. And I like making these. So there's that one. Now this one did come up just a little bit. Like I said, we can just use a little bit of glue, stick it back down. No big deal. Uh-oh. Alright, so if you have a little spot, just use some glue and just stick it down. It's not a big deal. And then we're going to put other stuff on it anyways, so it'll all get pretty much glued down and secured. So this is what it turns out like. So I'm just going to show you quickly how I made them, and they're super easy. And I like this because it's a great scrap buster. You can just take scraps that are laying on your desk. You can even take the offcuts from the other ones that you've done. But it's also like a mindless crafting, which I appreciate, because sometimes I want to craft, but I don't want to put in a ton of effort, if you know what I mean. So I like the fact that I can just, you know, rip and tear and not really worry about it. So all I do, I'm just going to do one to show you guys. I take my card and my Mod Podge, and then I just go ahead and coat the whole thing. And you can coat the other side also, or, you know, you can leave it. Whatever you want to do. You could put lined paper on it, or you can put some coffee dyed paper on it, whatever you choose. And then I just take scraps and I lay them down and just kind of brush over them to secure them down. And then I just grab, you know, whatever kind of paper that's laying around, whatever extra stuff I have. If I've been working on a project and I'm done with that project and I just have, you know, random pieces I go ahead and grab that. I also use like book page and music paper, and like the fly sheets from the beginning of the books. I also will use that. And then I like to just overlap and just randomly place stuff down. There's no rhyme or reason. You can make it like way more detailed and put more thought into it. I just don't, because I just like the randomness of it. So yeah, it's really like, you know, whatever you want to do and the theme that you're going for. And that's, you know, pretty much it. And then I just take pieces and I rip them apart. I kind of try and stay somewhat neutral in the sense that, aside from like, you know, like this little bit of writing is perfectly fine. But then I want to make for sure I have enough blank kind of area that I can, when I go to decorate it, if I want to put like a quote or a number or something on it, I have that option. Because I have this great book of like, I think it's Indian type poems, and I plan on using that on some of these. So I just rip off random pieces. They don't have to be any sort of shape, you know, size, doesn't matter. You just want to try and fill the card so there's no cards showing. And then I also like to do different fonts, which makes it like more interesting. I'll just lay it down, and it can go anyway, doesn't matter. You know, if you want to be particular about it, go ahead. I just like to do this. I kind of feel like the altered playing cards is almost like a little mini masterboard, because you're just randomly placing stuff. The only difference is the only thing you're going to cut up is you're going to cut the outer edges off. Other than that, this is going to stay intact. So that's it. And then you'll cut this off around your corners, whatever, but that's, you know, that's what we have. So I'm going to set this aside and let it dry. Hopefully I'm on camera. It is a really bad habit of not being on screen. I'm working on it. So this is what you have. And then, like I said, this is what it's going to turn into, but that's it. I made 8 of them earlier in like 20 minutes maybe. So I'll set this aside. Just make for sure you clean your brush out right away, because otherwise the Mod Podge will dry and make it really nasty. So I'll just set this off to the side, and then we can start decorating. So I have some stamps that I brought. I have numbers. Oh, and then let me show you. This is what it is. Kipling's Indian's Tale. So it's got a bunch of different poem type things in it. And I love the coloring of the paper. And it's super thin, but it's not like crumbly thin. And I thought I could just take pieces, because obviously it's not going to fit the whole thing on there. And then like these would make really cool journal cards. So that's my thought. And then I also have a nature book that has different pictures in it. I thought maybe I could pull some of that out. That's really cool. That would make a cool journal card. So yeah, so that's the making of these like this is definitely mindless. When you get into this, then it's a little bit more thought process, but you don't have to make it be like if you don't want to. So I brought along some lace also, some lace and some ribbon, because I thought maybe that would be kind of cool. because these colors, all right, here, let me set these aside and we'll do one at a time. These colors lend themselves so well, and they're kind of see-through. Sorry if the camera's jiggling. I was looking to see if I was in frame. So you can ink these either before or after. I think I'm going to wait, maybe wait till I'm done to ink them. And just put some lace around. I also have some tassels, which would be super cool. Let's do a poem. I guess maybe they're like small stories, but some of them are maybe poems. Ooh, yeah, see, they're super brittle, which makes it good for this because you're just gluing it down on something solid. So I think I'm just gonna cut. Oh, I ripped it too far over. Just cut down so far. And you can make them go sideways or up and down. It doesn't really matter because your numbers will still be on the back. And then, like I said, if you opt to do like a coffee dyed paper or something, then it wouldn't really matter. So you could do something like this. Let's put something behind it to make it pop a little bit. And I'm still using the same papers, but it doesn't really matter. It's just your base, and then you kind of just go from there. So you can use the same colors, or you can bring in new ones. So maybe let's do that. And put this here. I like that. And then you can also ink before you glue down. Which, let me grab my ink and maybe we'll do some of that. You just have to really watch with like the really brittle paper that it doesn't break on you. Oop, like that. So let me go ahead and glue this down. Like that. And now it's just like oozing everywhere. So now I have too much. That. We'll use that for a different piece. It's just everywhere. All right, and then let's get a flower. One of these flowers would look super cute on here. I don't understand what's going on with this glue. And then, do we want anything else? I also brought washi tape along. I thought maybe that might be fun, but I don't know if I want to use it on this or not. I don't really have anything that's like yellowy. Let's see. Maybe just, yeah, we could just do like a little bit across the top. This one's super sticky, otherwise I would glue it. And then maybe we could just do like a little stamp. Oh, actually, you know what? We'll just do like a letter stamp. Let's do P. Just for fun. I don't know if this is even gonna work. Oh, very faintly. And then we could choose to put a number, or we don't have to. I think I'm just gonna leave that one there. Call it good. I think that one looks really nice. All right, so we got this one. Oh, and then I was gonna show you. Let me put my pin in my glue. So we got this one, we have this one, this one, this one, and this one. So in just that few minutes, we have 5, which is not bad. And then I was going to tell you all you have to do once you have it decorated, or you don't have to. It depends on if you like to ink or not. But you can just go around the edges to finish it off. And you can go around the edges of this side also. And then you can also paint these instead of doing the paper. You could paint on them. Do like a mixed media thing. That would be fun. Maybe we'll come back and do that at a different time. So there's that side. You could like kind of just rub over it to make it a little bit more aged. I did that. I think I remember if I uploaded it or not. I did an altered playing card thing, and I just took different inks and went over it and kind of aged the facing of it, and it was super cool. And then there's this side, and then you have, you know, your ink. You can go around the edges a little bit extra to make them a little bit darker, or you can just leave it like that. So I hope you guys had fun, and if you crafted along, I hope you got some of your crafting done, whether you did this or whether you did something else that you were working on. And I will come back and talk to you guys again soon. Bye. See you later.